We are live and direct right here at the round table. And no, people, there is no round table right here. Just a couple of people decide to get together in order to commingle their thoughts and ideas and voices together in order to bring a positive change to our community. Hope everyone is well. I get to introduce these amazing people. Of course, I get to start off over there with the pit bull in the dress, rocking the, Kango from UTFO. Yeah. What's going on, sis?
Hello, family. How are you? It's
Melissa
a great
Bartlett.
day. Great day, hump day in the middle of the week. Busy week for me, guys. So I take my baby to college on Friday. So I'm like bittersweet. But you know what? It's good. New life, new beginnings for her. So happy about that. And of course, happy to be back on here with my brothers and our guest. And I'm just excited to see what he's going to bring us tonight.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes.
And over there looking very studious, the man, the myth, the legend, that gentleman who's the facts checker and keeps us in line while we're on here sometimes. His name is Adrian Biddle, a.k.a. A Money. And why do we call him that, sis?
Because when he give us the facts, you can bank on it.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all are good. Y'all are funny. And last but not least, the man that pretty much handles the questions and the convo, the man that actually stirs the drink, Mr. Irvin Tynes himself.
What's going on, family? Hope y'all are doing well. Oh man, yes. I heard thunder, so I gotta get right real quick. Okay.
You better.
All right, so Money, you get to introduce this amazing individual. We've been wanting to get him on here for quite some time. This is gonna be a barn burner. It's gonna be amazing.
Yes.
Go ahead and do your magic, man.
Man, let me say, how can I introduce this gentleman right here?
Well, we need a band.
Yes, first a true Charlotte legend, TV personality, radio personality.
Wow.
Comedian.
Come on.
When he says big diamonds, he means big diamonds. The one, the only, Mr. QCB.
What's up?
Yeah.
Dude, I was sound like Steve Harvey was giving an intro on Kings of Comedy, man. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? I'm excited to be here.
We appreciate you coming on with us, Q.
Yes, indeed.
So what you been up to during the COVID, man?
Well, it's been kind of tough, I had to cut my butler Nigel's hours back a little bit.
Not Nigel.
It was awful because the other day, I had the remote in my remote control closet when I was putting my clothes, the battery went out. So I had to manually go through my clothes. It's been awful, man. It's been awful. But I'm still to this day doing all this quarantine stuff. I'm trying to find out what the hell is an entanglement. I still don't know what it is. Maybe y'all can help me what an entanglement is. If you could just say when we were separated, I got with a younger guy, and man, we broke it off. I got back with my husband, but it's entanglement. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that means.
I don't think Will knew either. He was like, what is that, Jada? Tell the people what that means, Jada.
Yeah, because Stella got a groove now in 2020. With COVID, you get an entanglement. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
But this whole thing has definitely been it's been something. It's been an eye opener. This 2020 has been crazy. We lost Kobe earlier this year. The George Floyd, the Black Lives Matter, everything, man, and the COVID-19. So I'm just taking all this in and just trying to deal with it the best way I know how.
I know that's right. Shouts out to Charlie too. She said entanglements are hilarious. She just joined us on at the round table.
Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie too, top fan. Latosha Carson's coming up right behind us, the next top fan. She says hello to everybody.
All of my queens coming in today.
I know, right? Hey, they just want to see QCB. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
What we're about to have.
I better throw this disclaimer out here. ATRT is not responsible for any entanglements that may result from this show.
You heard it. You heard it first.
You heard it first right here. We had them big time lawyers. We still doing things on our own on paper. Yes.
Yes. So Oh, go ahead, CD.
No, you go ahead, man. Hey, this your show right here. I'm following suit.
All of us, man. So I had an opportunity to interview you a couple of years ago, man. But for our viewers that never had the opportunity to catch that one, what started your career off? What made you want to go into comedy?
Well, it goes back to, you know, my family. My dad was a comedian. He was on this local show in Charlotte called the Don Cody Show back in the day. And he's always listened to Ray Fox albums and all that good stuff, and Richard Pryor and all that good stuff, and being funny at the cookouts. And I thought he was one of the most funniest people I knew. Then my oldest brother, Sloan, who graduated from Hardin, like in 88, I think he graduated. And he took it to another level. So, you know, he lives in Tampa, been in Tampa like 20 years. He's like a in-house comedian at the Improv. He travels, he's performing with everybody. And I used to steal his joke books and take it to school and perform his jokes in the middle of the cafeteria. And we like the undiscovered Wayans brothers. That's how I look at it. And, you know, I've always been a fan of comedy, man, fan of making people laugh. You know, I got one of the most humorous at Harding, and I looked up to everybody, to, you know, Paul Mooney, to Andrew Dice Clay, to Carrot Top. Yes, Carrot Top's a real comedian. Also, Wanda Sykes, Marsha Warfield, women, men, everybody, man. I'm just a fan of comedy. I like entertaining people, making people laugh. And it's cool that I've been able to do it, you know, for over 20 years now versus radio. I mean, i.e. radio and television and on stage. So that's been a cool part about it.
That's what's up. Over 20 years in the business and stuff.
Oh yeah, knocking them out.
That is what's up. Latoya said, love the round table. And we got a couple other people. Andrea McKinley Brown just joined us on At the Round Table. Sharon Cornwell just joined us on At the Round Table. I told you.
That's the Q effect right there.
That's the Q. We ought to get a t-shirt with that.
Gotta get the t-shirts. That's a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's a t-shirt right there.
But listen, I'm all for, you know, the movement that's going on. But we was at I was at this rally a couple weeks ago, and I had to pull back because they was like, you know, Black Lives Matter, and then we will repeat it back, Black Lives Matter, you know, end police brutality, end police brutality, no justice, no peace. I'm like, no justice, no peace. Then he said, we gonna go back to start wearing FUBU. I said, no, I can't go back to listen, I can't do them. I wasn't on them back in the day for us by y'all. I can't wear FUBU. That's where it stops for me. Everything else I'm for, but I can't go back to putting FUBU clothing on my body. No. Carl Kanai maybe, but not FUBU. Y'all can
It says, put that disclaimer out there again.
Yeah.
No
One more
FUBU
time, Melissa.
No FUBU for Q. I do everything else, but I can't do the FUBU part.
Oh, that's another t-shirt. No FUBU for Q.
No FUBU for Q.
Take your mask off when you're driving. If you're in a car by yourself, take your damn mask off. Don't be in the car with your mask on by yourself with the windows rolled up. Take your mask off. There you go. There you go. There's no need to have your mask on while you're driving
By
yourself.
Thank you.
Just want to throw that out there.
Thank you. Thank you for that mask etiquette, because there's a couple people that don't know. And Q, can you tell them how to wear the mask correctly, please, while they're out?
Right. This is, you just throw it on there like that. You know, you just throw it on there like this. You don't have it like over your this or right here. You know, if your nose exposed, that's bad. Your nose is not supposed to be exposed. Me personally, I got the whole scarf. I got the whole scarf that covers everything. But having it like this, talking to you, no, that's a quick way to, you know, to get in trouble. And just because you took a test doesn't mean everybody in your house, they have to take a test as well. So just because your girl took it, don't mean you don't have to take it, vice versa. But you have to be careful. This stuff is serious. Take it serious, but put your damn mask on correctly, please. Please.
I can't do it.
But I got a question, Q. You just named a couple of comedians as far as, you know, your inspiration. Who do you turn on, especially during COVID-19, that when you're like, you know what, it's a heavy day today, I need to laugh? Who do you turn on other than maybe picking up the phone and calling your brother or a family member? who made you watch or you might listen to say, yo, I know I'm gonna laugh when I listen to them?
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm sweating like Fantasia reading the McDonald's menu right now. So you
Oh no.
I'm sweating a little bit. I saw Fantasia. She was on an episode of Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. She had no business being on there. Like, she should just watch Sesame Street all day and eat alphabet soup. It was crazy. They came back from commercial. Beyonce had $30,000. Pink had $100,000. Fantasia had negative $2,000. But that's another story. Back to your question. You said, you know what? I listen to a lot of because I live on YouTube. So I go to YouTube, I pull up, I mentioned them in the earlier. I like Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney makes me laugh a lot. Paul Mooney was Richard Pryor's close friend. He do a lot of race jokes, but he also do a lot of history jokes, and he know what he's talking about, and stuff he says, comes true if you look at it today. So he had a lot of classic CDs, and one of his classic CDs I like to listen to is called Race. Paul Mooney he's just funny, man. He's funny, and I like listening to him, and that's who I've been on lately. Other than that, I just get my laugh out for watching Lifetime movies and watch these white people go crazy. Let me tell you something, that's nothing more hilarious right now. Let me tell you something. Lifetime movies, sex scenes and killing scenes have stepped it up. Like, it's look like Cinemax 2 in the morning. The killing scenes look like, a Stephen King movie, but I just watch them Lifetime movies. They make me laugh a lot and listen to a lot of Paul Mooney. So that's what I'll be doing in my spare time to get a smile on my face.
So during COVID-19, I mean, how much material have you written down? How much material have you said, you know what, this is good. I got a good joke. I got this. I mean, has it been a nice resource for you?
Yeah, it has. It has. I got because my last radio show was March 13th, and my last time on television was March the 4th or something. We got furloughed in March, and we're waiting possibly go back in September. And I've written at least about 6 new jokes, and as a comedian, those 6 jokes, that's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I already got like a lot of material, and I got my jokes that work, my home run jokes, my closer jokes, my beginning jokes. I wrote 6 new ones, like I hadn't worked them out yet. So, you know what I'm saying? I wrote about 6 new ones, and they got them they're in the joke lab right now. They ain't ready to come out yet. They still on the assembly line. So, yeah, I'm still got my pen and pad. I have it right here, and every time I see something, I jot it down, and I work on it later. But yeah, I'm still getting a lot of material, how people react on this COVID stuff, and just the stuff that comes on the news, and just like the mass stuff, and it's just so much. I get my material from what I watch on television, and I put it on paper, and I transfer it to stage, radio, and television. So it's definitely been helping me out, right? Some things as the comedy zones will start to open back up,
right?
Across the eastern region and the rest of the world. Yeah, so I've definitely been writing. Absolutely.
That's what's up. Shout out to Valerie Rendelman. She just joined us on At the Round Table. What's going on, Valerie?
Hey,
and Nathan Lockhart just joined us on At the Round Table. Definitely appreciate you joining, man. Y'all chime in, ask QCB any question, because he's been sitting at home. This COVID has got his mind going. So throw it out there. See what happens.
Right.
But no, we ain't responsible for anything.
Ask questions, but do not try to challenge him, because we are not responsible for any funeral arrangements. Okay?
Not at all.
It's like coming in there in the show and you got on a pink suit sitting at the front.
That's right.
Yeah, that's we call that easy money in the comedy world. That's easy money. Easy money, man. That's easy money.
So some of these new jokes that you have in the joke lab, who do you bounce some of these jokes off of, or do you just go out there taking a chance with them?
Well, it depends. Like if I'm on the phone and they don't know I'm doing it, I just throw it out there and see how they react. And if they react, I'll say, okay, cool. And that's how I do it. I don't say I got a new joke for you. I just start talking, and then I find some way to throw it in the conversation. and then I throw it out there, and then, you know, one of my homeboys or something who I'm talking to, and then and I just do it like that, and they laugh at it. I said, okay, I got that one. If they don't laugh at it, I still try it out anyway on stage. But yeah, so that's how you usually test it out. You know what I'm saying? You just, or someone may hit me up and say, I got a joke for you, and then I could take it and then add my love, put my twist on it. But nah, I just test it on people I've been on the phone with, and then they laugh at it. I said, okay, that was good. And I put it back in the lab, and, you know, have my butler Nigel make me some shepherd's pie and some quiche and some ocean spray ruby red. And we'll do it from there.
Jesus, he said that.
He said,
Nigel.
What Megan did, man. Megan came over, she messed up all the royalty stuff. She can't do that. She can't come over there and say, I don't want all these royalty duties. This is what you get for being royalty. You have an itinerary. So I watch The Crown. I'm a huge Netflix. I watch The Crown on Netflix. You have a huge itinerary. You got to meet at 9 a.m. You got to talk to the prime minister at 10 o'clock. You got to go talk to the press at 11. You got to go to a museum. She thinks she just get up and go downstairs and make some grits and eggs in the morning. You can't even go in the kitchen and cook nothing. You can't do none of that. So she came and messed. I ain't like the way Meghan Markle did that, man. I was on for her. She got to take her ass back to cop. I ain't like that. She messing all the royalty up. And of course she done got in my man's head, you know, because you know it's undefeated. You can't beat it. It's undefeated. So now oh man, it's awful. But that's terrible.
shout outs to Avery's son, Chaz, my sister, tuning in with us today. She is loves to laugh, so this is a perfect show for her. So Q, you are known, you go to functions, you're at parties, whether it's, you know, family, whether it's an event, but sometimes you're there for several reasons. I noticed you do a lot of things for children with reading programs and all these different things. You are very active in the community, being a Charlatan, born and raised. So you give back to the community, which is something that I admire. Do you find that because of who you are, even though you have more titles on your resume than comedian,
right,
that you got people who just figure, let me get my quarter, put it in the slot, tell me a joke? Have you ever had to like shut somebody down and say, hey, this is not that time?
Oh yeah, because I remember one time I was at church and I was praying, and this man said, hey man, tell me that joke you did on the radio too. Nah, that didn't happen. But nah, it happens sometimes, because sometimes when I do go somewhere, that was crazy. When I do go somewhere, not to be chilling, and because I'm always on 10. When I want to go somewhere just chill, be like on 3 or 4, they think something wrong with me. Or they say, what about your Cowboys? Or I saw you last night on TV, you said this. Or I heard your show today, you was cracking on Cam Newton and all that. And, you know, or whatever, it may repeat something I said and want me to, like, you know, act it out or do it. And I can't be rude about it. I just got to chill. And even when I be at the restaurants and stuff, people come up to me. It'd be all cool though. See, I'm just a different kind of guy like that, because I appreciate people appreciate what I do. And it's crazy that stuff I come up with and write down, and then I go present it, and then they remember something I did 10 years ago. Man, I remember I was in middle school listening to you when my dad was driving. But they do try to put that quarter in me though. And it's funny when they try to put that quarter in too. They try to put that quarter in me and try to get me to go. But sometimes I just laugh off and just say, nah, I'm good. I'm chilling right now. And they'll get the point, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know, I usually give to them a little bit, but, you know, I'm like a toy. Everybody want to play with me. Like, except they treat me like that black Cabbage Patch Kid. Remember the black Cabbage Patch Kid back in the day? It was cute for about a week. And then we ain't play with it. The black Cabbage Patch Kid came accessorized with a crisis card, but that's another story.
I ain't touching that one. I'm gonna leave that one right there.
And I'm laughing because I had the black Cabbage Patch Kid.
You had the black one?
I had the black one.
Wow. Did it come with like a WIC voucher and stuff?
Boy, he leaving the door wide open, boy. I tell you.
No, I used to work at Balo like in 90 from like 93 like to 95. I worked at Balo through high school, the west side, across from Freedom Mall. I'm taking you back. And I do WIC vouchers, boy, and they get them juicy juice and them cheese and them kicks. I said, how you gonna give baby some kicks, man? I used to always send them back and get them Fruity Pebbles or what, because I was, I let them get what they want. We can't get no baby no damn kicks. But anyway, yeah, I ain't mean to take y'all there. No WIC vouchers.
Oh man. Albrecht just said, "I'm so done." Oh goodness, Daryl Bonaparte, thank you for joining us on that the round table.
Hey, Daryl,
appreciate it. Oh man.
Yeah. So let me ask you this one, Q.
What's up?
Being that society is trying to get a little bit more politically correct, have you found that changing your style on the comedy stage at all?
Man, yeah. Like, let me tell you something. Serena Venus Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back when they first came out, I used to call them the Color Purple Sisters. And I used to do the "We Never Part." Like, I had a whole little bit I would do, and I know I couldn't do that now. And it is such PC. That's why I like Dave Chappelle's last comedy special, Sticks and Stones, because first of all, the one he did about the COVID thing, like, that was, I don't even know what that was. It got like 80 million views. It wasn't even funny. It was just talking.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was. But now his last comedy special, when he had on the little Tom Cruise, Top Gun, Maverick onesie on, he just hit every like political stance and made the PC back how it used to be, and he addressed it. He's like, you guys are what's wrong with comedy now, because y'all get offended about everything. Just talking about the people who come to the shows and stuff. So yeah, it is hard though. But see, I've always told myself when I started doing comedy, I would never say the N-word anyway. So, and I didn't want to make nobody feel uncomfortable as far as that word went. You know what I'm saying? On stage, I wouldn't use it. So that's how I could do and I didn't just have black jokes or white jokes. I got jokes. I could rock an all black crowd on Thursday nights at Scandalos when it was open. And I could go to the Comedy Zone Friday night and open up or work with Bill Burr and do an all white crowd and still kill it. You know what I'm saying? So I've always told myself, don't just be held in that one bubble. As far as the politically correct thing go, you have to know how to be smart enough to identify how sensitive people are these days. And even the promoters, when you go to, I'll go to the club in Greensboro, my man Paul, he's like, Q, got the early show, you could be a little light. Late show, you could get a little more raunchy if you would like. What kind of raunchy jokes you got? Like, they nail these actual kind of jokes you got. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Lenny Bruce, back in the days, he would get arrested on stage for cussing and saying vulgar things. You know, George Carlin, even Richard Pryor back in the day. These guys, they paved the way, so we shouldn't have to be going through this, being PC on stage nowadays. You know, but it's resulting back to that now. So, but now when I go to stage, I'm going to do my thing, man. I do have to be careful because there's bits I used to do on the radio that I could lose my job over now. So I had to kind of just tweak it a little bit. I just had to tweak it. Like, I still do my CRAA Legends. You know, my CRAA Legends are
love
great.
Those.
Yeah. Great athletes who people didn't know nothing about. And I did my deep research, and I brought up these guys who played basketball in CRAA, like Pookie Chrysler, Oatmeal Robinson,
That's
Elvis
right.
Sanford, Leroy Kenobi, Slap Whitey the second, Slade Jones, Penzora Robinson. Like, it's a lot. They may be factual or not, but as far as the PC thing, you definitely have to be careful though. So you know, you have to be careful with it. That's all, man. Some clubs you still can let it fly, but if you're gonna try to go that route for your comedian, I would like talk to the club on and say, look here, man, I'm gonna kind of jump on this material, this topic, and majority of them say okay, but you definitely have to be careful with it these days because it's kind of going backwards for comedians. Kind of tough job for them now because a lot of guys can't censor themselves like that, still be funny.
Gotcha.
And that was going to be my part, kind of like a part B to what A Money said, is that because of you having different facets of careers, how do you, one has to influence the other. So how do you, you're on the stage, you're being a comedian, you're a comedian. It should be free for all, freedom of speech. Literally, we heal with laughter. We laugh at our pain. Comedians bring that to us and give us a way to cope. But then you're on, the sports show. So now you got people looking at you for as a sports commentator, say Saturday, but they were at the show Thursday, Friday, and they might have been a little offended. So how do you balance, what you do without keeping the shackles on or feeling like you have shackles on? And then making sure that you're having your other opportunities with your other jobs, your podcast, because they won't just keep you separate as that comedian. They'll try to snatch it off from you.
Right. That's a good question. Cause I try to act the same on all avenues. Like my sports show is not like the defense the Panthers ran last night. LeBron and the Lakers got to run a 2-3. Like no. It's topical. It's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a movie buff, so I'll talk about. I reference movies all the time. I play all types of music. I'm an '80s baby, so I live in Duran Duran and Till Tuesday and Billy Idol and all them guys, and then also I got my '90s hip hop, which I love. So I play a mixture of music. I may throw some Frank Sinatra, The Girl from Impanina, tall and tan and dark, and I may do all that stuff. So I keep this. My sports show is very entertaining, and it's all laughter, and it's factual. We go talk sports, but you don't have to be like a diehard sports fan to understand where I'm coming from, because I make it funny and entertaining, and that I translate that with my comedy as well, because I make my comedy. It's not called dumbing it down. I'm not use like these big word type comedians like a Dennis Miller would be. Dennis Miller, you gotta have a dictionary to understand what he's talking about. He's still funny, but no, it's just a mixture of just relatable topics on stage and on my radio show. And when I do the TV, we have our up to date, our current events we talk about. So all of it stay current. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even when I want to do some old material I've done back in 2005, I know how to bring it back up to make it current. And for you guys, like, oh yeah, I do remember that. And that's funny. So I just try to keep everything current, and then I can relate it. So the same thing I do on a radio show, I could do it on stage. Or if I'm on the radio, if I go on stage, you're not gonna care about the Tar Heels and they getting beat by NC State last night. So I have to, be mindful of that factor as well. But I just mix it all in together and just make it a big pile of entertainment for you. Keep you smiling and let you get educated a little bit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shouts out to Dennis Barton for joining us on At the Round Table.
412, baby.
Yes, he just said that, 412. Tosha says she loves all those artists you just mentioned as well.
Yeah, me too.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Well, first of all, I'm a huge 80s baby. Huge. Hall and Oates. Like I could just come on, man. Private Eyes, Culture Club. Now you can try to sit there and act like you don't like Boy George if you want to. Yes, it's fine. We all know comma chameleon. It comes and goes. Cyndi Lauper, time after time. Come on now. Come on.
Bangles, Wham.
Absolutely.
Wham, R&M, yep. Yeah. Got it.
From Wham, all I know is George Michael. I only know his partner name. I just know George Michael.
Good point.
Yeah.
They gave you one of the best, because I'm on Christmas 365. I watch It's a Wonderful Life almost once a month. I love Christmas. They gave you one of the best Christmas songs ever. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart on the very next. I'm telling you, man. Shout out to Wham. I'm watching Hallmark now. Christmas in July. I love Christmas. Well, I watch Christmas all the time.
You know what I have to finish watching, Q?
What?
The one about the pen pals.
The pen pals?
It's Christmas Pen Pals. I think that's the name of it, where they're in a small town and they wind up writing like having secret names or pen pal names, and they're writing each other stuff all the way up to Christmas, and then they have this huge Christmas like party, and you get to meet who
who wrote the theme?
who wrote the
letter?
theme. And I'm like, I got like the last 30 minutes of it. I got to finish watching it.
Now, is that the one? Hold on, you two guys don't have a clue. But is that
Nope.
is that the one where the woman was writing all the stuff?
Well, her dad, her,
Right.
I'm trying to think. It was some nice hitters in the movie, and I
And
can't remember it.
Right. See, the Hallmark movies are all the same. They
Mhm.
start off some big time exec. They bust their butt. They on the phone. They always in a hurry, and they engage or got a boyfriend who's a D-bag, and they got to go back to their hometown for some reason.
Right, right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then who they run into in their hometown?
The
They
one
blow
that they
their
fall
life.
in love.
Right.
High school.
Little sweetheart or stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Now, yes, okay. Now, Hallmark, how you gonna get them two together and get this person to break up with the person she was already engaged to?
But wait a minute, because then the person who she already engaged to somehow, some way gets to
Up
that
to the
town
town, right.
in order to throw a monkey wrench in. Oh, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Oh my God.
I just thought I'd come a little early and surprise you.
I
Oh my
got gifts for
God.
everybody. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, so that's John, huh? How you doing, John? That's the one. I'm telling, man. Them Hallmark movies awesome, man. Yeah, they the same thing. Same thing.
Same thing.
Same
Kimberly
thing.
Hudson just joined us on at the round table. Kimberly, what's
Yeah.
going on, sis?
Okay.
Across the river, Ferguson just joined us at the round table. We appreciate it.
All right.
Terry Digsby, she just
Terry.
asked a question for QCB. She said, what advice would you give a young and up and coming comedian in regards to being themselves and talking about their experiences, but still wanting to be successful in today's easily offended culture?
That's a good question. First of all, stay true to yourself. Because like I said, a lot of comedians I named paved the way. Because at first, let me tell you something. What's her name? What's the person's name? Is it he or she?
Terry.
It's a she, Terry.
Terry. Okay. Well, I'm okay. Terry. I mean, Terry could be, man, you're right. Terry. So I'm gonna say, let me say this, because hold on, Terry, let me take you back, because Richard Pryor wanted to be Bill Cosby. If you YouTube old Richard Pryor, he had like the regular hair, little small fro, necktie on. He wanted to be Bill Cosby, because Bill Cosby, got it first. And but he changed. He said, man, this is not working for me. That's when he came out smoking a cigarette, and it was in a dark little club talking about his drama growing up in Illinois and stuff. And he was his stuff. Like I say, Leonard Bruce, he would get arrested. He would get arrested for like saying like words on the stage. It wasn't even like racial words, racial slurs. He just like cuss words. Like they paved the way. Leonard Bruce and Richard did. So I said that to say, stay true to yourself. You write your material. You say, you know what? I'm gonna say this first. I'm gonna say this second. I'm gonna say this third. I'm gonna say, all right, my name's Terry. Y'all been good. Then once you get off stage, say, damn, that did work. That one was okay, but I'm gonna do that again. That one worked. As long as you stay true to yourself, you get on that stage, you stay true to yourself and say, you know what? I didn't quote unquote sell out and change, because I've got like that. I had to, one time I was at the Comedy Zone that just opened up in Charlotte. I never forget, the owner Hef was like, kind of watch your language. I said, watch my language. I'm not even a vulgar dude. Like, I may drop some F-bombs and GDs and whatever, but I ain't up there Eddie Griffin. Which ain't nothing against it. I just, you know what I'm saying? So I cuss like Martin cuss on Martin TV show. That's how I cuss, like that, just like that. So so he was like, I don't even want no profanity like that. You can't say this, say one F. But I said one, because some of my jokes have an explosive punchline when I'm gonna say F or what the, I'm gonna say it. And I kind of didn't get the result I wanted to, because I feel like you can't tie my arm behind my back and say I go out there and fight, Mike Tyson or whatever. But it was crazy, man. But I did it, and this was like maybe 6 years ago. And got some Comedy Zone just opened up in the Music Factory, and it sucked. And I told myself I ain't gonna do that no more, because it never happened to me prior to that. It never happened to me prior to that. And so I said, nah. So the next time I went up, the next night, I did it my own way, and I did a great job. And But with it being PC, you definitely have to watch. It depends on what event you're doing. Because just November, me and Morgan Fogarty from WCCB, we hosted the Lots of Carolinas. It was an event at Blumenthal Performing Arts Center and 1A theaters. It was sold out. I think it was 600 people in there. Jonathan Stewart, a lot of pro athletes, and it was news people was in there. It was like Carolina Has Talents. It was like the Channel 9 weatherman singing. It was Jonathan Stewart playing the piano, and there was some more media people doing like they talent. And I was telling jokes, and I wrote a whole new act just for that event. Now stuff you got, because I couldn't go in there and say cuss. It was a clean show. Of course, I'm not gonna say any word or nothing like that in there, but you have to be mindful. That's what I'm saying. Be mindful of that. So if you got like an exclusive, prestigious type of award, then you be PC and watch what you're gonna say, but still make sure it's funny. That's how you know you got them skills. You could do that kind of show. Then go do your show at the Omega House on Statesville and Def Comedy Jam it up all you want to. You know what I'm saying? Then you got them shows. You got to do one I had at Blumenthal Performing Arts Center. Then you're gonna have a show at, Pleasantville show, the Jerry Seinfeld audience show, and go do it over there. But you have to keep in mind, it's the PC world. I'm still gonna be me. I'm gonna push the edge. Once you find out where the edge at, you can push the envelope a little bit, depends on where you are. So know your audience, first of all, and know what type of crowd you're gonna be. After that, man, you can let it fly. You still could be, you don't have to be all PC all the time. It depends on where you're at. So to answer your question, I know I'll be long-winded sometimes, but to answer your question, it depends on your audience and the event you're gonna perform in. If you, like I said, if it's just Def Comedy Jam night, do your thing. Do your thing. But if you got a special event or a charity event, they want it to be clean, and you still want to be, because even in the clean audience, they still want a dirty joke every once in a while. But you just gotta know how to got to know where to line at. And don't push the envelope, and you'll be all right. So, Terry, I think that's easy money. I think you'll be all right with it.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Cute.
Shout out to
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Charles
go ahead.
Robinson just joined in and at the round table. Yeah. Latosha said hello. She got one for you, but go ahead, sis, before we get to that question.
Go ahead with Latosha's question.
What's the name?
Latosha Carson.
Latosha. That sounds like a Maury Povich guest name. Hold on. Latosha's in the back. Latosha, come on out. All right, well, go ahead.
All right, again, the disclaimer is.
It just sounds like a Maury Povich guest. Hold on, Latosha, come on out. So go ahead.
Okay, Latosha. Now, she's a businesswoman, so her thing was, what is the most favorite city that you ever performed in?
I performed in the Laugh Factory. It's 2 Laugh Factories, one in New York, one in LA. I performed in the one in New York because the first time I caught a cab, it was $200 in there in the iPod. It was like in the seat. But now my favorite, I don't know why I said that, but my favorite city I performed in is probably Fort Walton Beach, Florida. It's really Destin, Florida.
Okay.
Fort Walton Beach and Destin are like right beside each other, like maybe 10-minute ride. All is nothing but beach, but they got this it's cool because they got this big club called The Block, and it's like a country bar in the beginning, huge floor. Then it's like a little karaoke spot. Then in the back it's the comedy zone, but it's a huge, like the epicenter is huge. And you go there, you at the beach all day, you chill at the beach because it's on the strip. So Fort Walton Beach is pretty dope. That's probably one of my favorite cities. Fort Walton Beach, down in Florida. So Fort Walton Beach, probably one of my favorite cities. I mean, I went to Johnson City, Tennessee. I performed in, Tampa, Greensboro, obviously. I performed in one part of Stardome down in Alabama. I performed in Minnesota. Like, I've been all over, but Fort Walton Beach probably my best one because you're on the beach and you're chilling. And you're gonna do your show, and then it's dope. It's dope, and they take care of you down there.
She said her name means beautiful. Thank you.
All right. Latosha, that is a lie, but go ahead.
Oh, God.
I like your name. I like it.
Oh, our show. Go ahead, sis. Do your thing.
Yeah, man. Follow that, Mel.
Yeah. Great lead in.
My question to I forgot what I was gonna ask him. He said that is a lie.
Let's go back to Latosha. Let's go back to Latosha.
Oh, okay. So talking about, I guess my question had two. First part is comedians' opinion of other comedians that strictly write their material, or some that have writers? Do you feel that the comedians that may have writers are not as authentic, or it's the same respect?
What? Well, they're not as authentic. Like Kevin Hart has 3 writers, right? And I know Kevin Hart's manager, my man Nate Smith. He used to run the Comedy Zone back in Charlotte. I mean, Nate quit. Rest in peace, Nate quit. Used to be down there from Pound 8. He's the host down there, and Kevin has 3 writers. But to get to that point, Kevin Hart was busting his butt in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Same thing. It just, well, I don't know. You know what? Let me change it. I still look at them as the same as good comedians, because all comedians don't have a lot of writers, but it depends. Once you get to this huge status, when you're doing 3 stand-up specials and they're an hour piece and none of the material's the same, that's a lot of material that that's gonna work. Like I got like a lot of jokes in my thing, right? And damn, I tried that one. That one was okay. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. So the ones that's just okay, you kind of just put them in the back. But the fact that you have, like, Kevin Hart has like 3-4 stand-up specials that were seen by the world. He didn't repeat none of the jokes. That's why that's difficult to do. And they say it takes you about a year to get an hour worth of material. It's not even about taking a year to get the hour worth of material. It's just taking you a year to get the material that's going to be funny for that whole hour.
Gotcha.
Every joke ain't going to be like, they just going to be, you going to have a continuous laugh. And occasionally every 30 seconds, you get a house applause. But you get a continuous, even you watch Eddie Murphy Raw, the whole time, he ain't killing you like that. He'll take a time when he slow down a little bit. We're talking about his Uncle Ben drunk and all that, Uncle Dust and money and all that. That's him being in his act. But long as you get that house laugh like every 30 seconds, and that takes a long time to get that. But Kevin Hart, he's at another level, man. He's at another level when he got guys writing for him. He got a team through. Kevin, one thing about this, I wrote this joke for you. Like, he got writers for him, but I still look at him as the same. It's not like hip hop. You have a ghostwriter, he's trying to be a top 5. Like R&B, that's their whole life. Like Neo wrote, Irresistible and Umbrella and all that, you know what I'm saying? And Beyonce and them sung it. So that's different. But comedy, not too many comedians have somebody write for them and say, here, do this, because we do the same show for years. Like until I get seen, like America hadn't seen my act before. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I go to Destin, Florida tomorrow, I'll probably do the same show I done and add them new Black Lives Matter jokes I got and COVID-19 jokes. And, depends on how much time I got, I sub some in, take some out. So Robin Harris said this. Robin Harris said, he don't care if it's 300 people come to him at the same spot. He gonna do his same set 300 times until everybody's seen this show, because even when I got a regular club like my boy DS used to have in Charlotte at the Adams Mart, what was it called?
CJ's.
Yeah, that's when I first went on stage. DS put me up in 2001. So, and then when I did Grace and Sloan, I was Sloan. Then he said, come back, next week and do the same show. And I was like, what? He said, yeah, do the same show. See, my brother had never told me that. And my brother, he was already gone. He said, yeah, do the same show, man. So you master with that little minutes you got, and then you add to it. So, yeah. Comedians still be authentic who gets some help. I look at them like that, because once you get that help, you still got to go up there and deliver the jokes.
Right.
Like Cat Williams went off on the left, but I saw Tiffany had a stand-up special on Showtime. I think I laughed maybe twice, I think she's great in a couple of movies she was in, but I think I laughed about twice, and I don't know if Tiffany had his jokes, but hey, she's on the road. She's the right person. Seen her. She's been grinding since she was like, 16. I mean, I remember seeing her on the episode of That's So Raven when she played a tour guide on That's So Raven. So, but yeah, but nah, I still look at them as being an authentic comedian, even though they get a little help, because once you get to that level, yeah, and I had my guys, my boy may hit me with a joke. I got something funny for you. And I used it a couple of times. I said, that was funny, man. I'm gonna keep using that. Yeah, I told you I got you. So yeah, I'd look at them as being authentic.
Okay.
That's what's up. So we got Anthony Craig. He just joined us on at the round table. What's going on, Anthony?
Yeah.
And then Latosha got another question for you.
Latosha. Hold on. Latosha, come on up.
Oh,
all right, go ahead.
All right, so she said or asked, what would you say is on your bucket list? Or who would you say on your bucket list to work with?
Well, I can't say Gina Jameson because she don't do porn no more. I think you know what? I would want to work with Mark Lawrence. I want to work with Mark Lawrence. I probably want to work with Denzel Washington. Probably Tom Hanks. Like, I'm all over the place, man. I got so many people on my bucket list I want to work with. Mark Lawrence, probably Denzel Washington. Tom Hanks. I don't know. That's a good question. A lot of people, a lot. Like, I'll be naming all Hollywood. Like, I mean, you talking to somebody who was just watching Something Like It Hot, starring Marilyn Monroe, Tony Curtis, and Jack Lemmon the other night on Turner Classic Movies. Like, that's that question. You gotta be ready for me with that kind of question. I say I'll be here all day naming everybody. I'll be all over the place. I told you I'm a movie buff, man. So I'll be all over the place. But nah, a lot of people, all the funny people. Ed O'Neill, Al Bundy. I love Al Bundy. I love watching Married with Children and growing up. I'll be all over the place, man. Everybody. There's no particular person. Probably, like I said, doing a movie with Martin would be dope. Or just being on his tour. Him bringing me up on stage would be dope. The Martin Lit AF tour he was on, I would love for him to bring me up on stage and just to sit there and chat with Martin for about an hour and just pick his brain and quote every line from his TV show I could quote. Because I know all of it back and forth. And something like that, like going on tour with Martin, he said, man, why don't you come and do it? I could do a guest spot. It wouldn't matter. I go there and do 5 minutes. Just for him to bring me up and dap me up and say, man, you did good. So probably Martin Lawrence probably my number one bucket list do. Because I already worked with Paul Mooney and Dick Gregory at the Spirit Square about 5-6 years ago. They came to town and I hosted that. And so I was able to meet them two guys. But yeah, probably Martin.
Do you see yourself in movies?
Yeah, I do. I actually do. I do see myself in movies. Like, shoot, before I was doing WCCB, I was doing infomercials in Charlotte for Planet Suzuki. They would come on back when a lot of car dealerships used to do them. They don't do them no more. They'll come on like 30 minutes. They come on like at 2 in the morning, 9 in the morning.
Yes.
And
I remember that.
me and Hammy Fair, we'll be standing in front of a car. He'll bring the car up. All right, Q, we got to, and I do the little jokes with it, and we'll bring the next car. I mean, we did that for like 2 years in Charlotte. So yeah. So, but no, absolutely. I just got to keep grinding, man. Just got to keep grinding. That's all.
Action move.
Wow. It's funny because I knew who you were and when A Money was like, we're going to have you on the show.
Yeah.
And then, I like to do my homework on any guest that's coming on, whether I'm familiar with you or not.
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, like our paths have crossed. I've been a customer. I've been a person that comes to a couple of your shows and then just paths have crossed so many times. Like, wow. Like, I'm like, okay, this guy is the guy. Like, and so when I saw you on, I think like the first time I caught your sports show on Fox.
Yeah.
I'm like, I remember him. So initially I was thinking, okay, you let the comedy path go. and you're just doing sports commentating, and then you're still funny, you're naturally funny, so of course you're going to have your jokes woven in.
Right, right.
But then knowing, okay, listen to the podcast, catching that, you on the radio, and then knowing you did shows, I was like, okay, he hasn't stopped, because I've enjoyed you. Now I have a question. When we used to have Funk Fest here, were you one of the comedians that they had at Funk Fest? I think this is the one when LL came.
Yeah.
That was you, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I remember that. Yeah.
You were the only. So I'm sorry, whoever's out there. Sorry, you were the only. You were the only funny guy.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I felt bad because I was like, so they have all these other cats that's supposed to be funny. They had some dude from South Carolina. So like you were the only dude that was funny. You were the only comedian that was funny, and we were booing one of the guys like, "Bye, just please, bye." Like we were like, "Bring him back on, bring Q back," because it was. And I feel like sometimes you feel like you get a setup having a show like that. I mean, obviously you're going to go on the stage and you're going to kill it because that's who you are. But do you sometimes feel like it was maybe a waste of time to have you on a platform with a roster of weak people or non-funny people, and then you come out?
Yeah, well, you know what? A waste. I probably wouldn't look at it as a waste of time because it's time for me to get on stage. It was time for me to get my stage in. But I see what you're saying. You're saying waste of time as far as the talent level, right?
Right.
Right. But see, it's funny you said it because when I do shows, I don't headline everywhere I go. And like I MC, I feature, I headline. It don't matter. As long as they say IQ, you got an hour. You got 30 minutes. Q, you got 3 minutes, then read the announcement. Like I love when I go to the Comedy Zone in Charlotte and like I post for everybody, D.L. Hughley, Lavelle Crawford, like I said, Black, White, writers for Chelsea Lately Show, there's a guy named Chris Frangiola, Bill Burr, Corey Holcomb. Like I've MC because sometimes they bring their own people. Sometimes they may say, Q, you can feature for the weekend. One show Thursday, 2 Friday, 2 Saturday. And I like when a big name be on a bill because I know it's gonna be sold out. So when the people bring me up, all right, get up. You listen to them every day on Fox and catch them on WCCB, QCB. I like going out to that packed house, but I've performed a lot of places when I'm funnier than the headliner, but I don't say nothing like what you just said. After saying, like people will say that to me. Like they'll come out to the show, the comedians be out there, and they say, "It was funnier than him. I want you to come back on stage." You know what I'm saying? So I get that line. Just let me know, Q, you doing the right thing. Just keep doing what you're doing. The Comedy Zone send me something, Q, we want you in, Jacksonville. You're gonna feature. Okay, cool. We want you to come down to Charlotte. You're gonna it's MC. You get 3 minutes, then read the announcements. That's fine. Them 3 minutes gonna be dope, and then I'm gonna make the announcements funny. I'm gonna come in and tell a joke between the two people. One time I was doing a show, Arnaz J. They was running late. They was telling me to stretch, just keep going until I cut the light on. They about 20 minutes away. I was supposed to do 2 minutes. I say, hell yeah. I can do about 20 minutes? Man, so I thought it was great. But yeah, I get that sometimes when people be like, you was funnier than the other people on stage. That's like a pat on my back from you guys. So I appreciate it.
I think my favorite comedy, stretch being here in Charlotte was the Big Chill on Wednesday nights.
Yes.
I was there every Wednesday.
Oh
my goodness. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Chris, man, Robinson, all us.
Yep.
Yeah, all of my guys, man. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I've been there. I've seen you. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like, okay, right. Yeah, you've been around. And the one thing I can say wholeheartedly and boldly is that from the years of me being introduced to you up into the last time I saw you, you have been consistent. You have been funny. You have been, so when I see your name, I'm like, I know what I'm getting. Not so much that I know what you're going to do, but I know the quality of entertainment that you're going to bring. So I appreciate the fact that you care about what you're giving us and that you're continuing that.
Oh yeah, I don't want to shortchange nobody. I want to go up there and like a lot of comedians, I killed it. Dude, you didn't tear the stage down every time you was on stage. Stop it. But I go up there and I'm definitely gonna give you your money's worth, and you know, I'm just gonna be me. I'm gonna knock them out. So, you know, and I'm confident in my material too, you know. And like I say, it depends on how many minutes I get. Depends on what I'm gonna say, and it's like a rapper. All of them, like, could you imagine how many rap lines Jay-Z got in his mind, from Reasonable Doubt all the way to the Black Album, whatever the album he had, the last I don't know, like 15. Yeah, right. So it's like me, like, once I see a joke and I see the crowd, okay, now I'm gonna take them here. This joke I was gonna say, now I'm gonna say this joke next, because they laughed so hard at this one. I'm gonna go here. Now I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna mess with this dude right here, because he been tripping on. He hadn't smiled one time at me all night, and I've been killed. So I'm gonna get on him. I know this person went to the bathroom. I'm gonna say something about them coming back when they get back. So like all that be working in the comedian's mind, at least my mind, when I'm on stage, because I'm paying attention to everything. So yeah, it's just up to having fun, man, making y'all laugh. That's all.
What's the worst heckler you've ever had at a show? Or I should say, what show have you had a bad heckler in?
I was Thomas Davis, like, me being on Sports Talk Radio for 20 years, I was on WFNZ for like 18. We got bought out, and the new management didn't re-sign me. The old management we got bought. They just bought the talent. My PD and my GM stayed back, so we went to Intercom, and they didn't re-sign me. They dragged me along about 6 months, and I sat at home for about a year. I was doing TV and comedy. And when I got back to doing radio a couple of years ago on the Fox Sports Radio Charlotte now, Thomas Davis, I mean, like, I know all the athletes, you know what I'm saying? Because I make fun of them all the time. So when I see them, it ain't no beef. They know I just be cracking on, you know, making fun of them, you know. Just how Kevin Hart would have a relationship. You see him mess around with Shaq and all that. I do the same thing, except I'm on a smaller scale. So Thomas Davis always have me do his Thomas Defending Dreams Foundation weekend. He'll do a comedy show, golf and all that, and I always host a comedy show. And I was making fun of him. He's doing something. I was cracking on him, and I said something about some head, right? Somehow joke I got on about receiving head or something. And this older white lady got up. She said, "That's inappropriate. This is an event for kids, right?" So I'm looking at her, and then Thomas' wife Kelly stood up and said, "Q, no. You were talking about what she said. You're talking about giving." Everybody got quiet. I said, "No, you're talking about giving oral sex, and this is a thing, a charity about kids, and that's not appropriate." And I looked around. Kelly said, "No." I said, "No, I'm gonna get her." I said, "Ma'am," I said, "Are you done?" "Yeah, I just think that's inappropriate. You're talking about oral sex." I say, "Have you ever gave oral sex before?" "That's not the point." Right? And she said, "That's not the point." That was my point to go in. I said, you probably just had a nigga in your mouth before you got in. I mean, now I started going in on her. The crowd went crazy. She was getting upset. She grabbed her stuff. She walked out. But see, I won. Because she came at me, because when you got a microphone, I got the microphone. No matter what you say, I got the mic. And I'm nice on it. So she's trying to come at me about doing an oral sex joke and as an event. I said, "Well, ain't no kids in here." I said, "Yeah, like you ain't had her in your mouth before." And man, they went. Once I said that, I had her. They was laughing. Kelly she waved. She started laughing. And after the show, "You're crazy. You know what that was?" I said, "Well, Kelly, ain't no kids in here." "I know, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good." I said, first of all, they love Thomas Davis. He ain't gonna lose no money from me saying that. So now I said to say that was one particular heckler that tried to come at me and try to make it seem like I was doing something wrong. And I said, "Ain't no damn kids in here." And I started talking about her giving oral sex, and it worked. It was funny, and I shut her down, and she left. So
and she left.
That was awesome. But I ended up seeing her later on. She came back in there, and we talked it out, and she gave me a hug and stuff. But it was fun because Kelly brought her back in there and all that. She was an older lady too, maybe 50-something, maybe 60-something years old. That's what made it even more funny, because I was cracking on like an older Blanche from the Golden Girls.
But she really wasn't.
Yeah. So it was cool. But yeah, I got a couple of shut you up jokes in my back pocket. So, next time you come to my show, just try me.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I trust. I trust you. Trust me. So, bro, I know you've been in the sports realm for a good little bit.
Yeah.
Do you have a particular individual that you met that you found a factoid about or something funny about that you can share with us that's in the sports industry?
Let me. I don't know. Like, I mean, we all know that Cam Newton. Cam, you know, he shops at the same place as Ellen shops. We already know that. That's not even a fact. I mean, that is a fact. We already know he wore the same clothes as Ellen. Nah, man. I met a lot of people, man. As far as knowing the fact about them, that would be fun and revealing. Nah, because like all my guys, Stephen Curry, real cool. I know his dad, Dale, Seth, all of them, because they all come to the studio. You know what I'm saying? We interview all of them, and I see them at these events and stuff. And Steve Smith. Okay, Steve Smith, the former Panther.
Yes,
he really is crazy. He got like 18 personalities. One day he cooled me. The next day he texted me, threatened me. He'll kick my butt because I'm talking about him on the radio. That's back when he played, but
yeah,
he was really cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He was one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Like he really short man complex, all that. Steve, that's the only factor that I give that Steve Smith really is great.
Okay.
Well, Q, I want to tell you and extend a big warm welcome for coming on to the show and talking to us and the family and entertaining us. We didn't charge, so we don't have no cash apps for you. We ain't charged. But we definitely want to have you back on. We get ready to wrap up, but real quick, I know we're in the middle of COVID, but do you have anything that you're projecting or thinking that may happen, hopefully, once we're out of quarantine?
Well, first of all, I got to say I was a moron because my last day of my radio show, which comes on Monday through Friday, 5p to 7p, live with the QCB on Fox Sports Radio Charlotte. I was like, guys, they shut us down. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. I think this COVID thing will be over in 2 weeks. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. That was in March.
Right.
Don't listen to me with that, but I just think, honestly, I think probably about a year from now, this stuff will be wrapping up because we know once it get cold, I know cold is flu season, people get colds and stuff, but it's different than getting a cold and getting a COVID. So obviously in the wintertime, a lot of people don't be outside as much as the summertime, going to the beach and hanging out and wearing shorts and all that. I think the wintertime should kind of shrink the number a little bit because it's going to be cold out there and people don't go outside when they have to. Then hopefully around January, February, we should start seeing the numbers shrink down a little bit. And I don't know. I'm just don't be hard-headed. Take it serious. Now, if you want to ride over someone's house, make sure they're practicing COVID. Make sure they've been doing it. Keep small gatherings and just wear your mask, but don't wear them in the car by yourself. Don't do that.
Please don't.
Go on your store runs and come back home. Go grab you something to eat and come back home. Just don't be hard-headed, man. And let's get this thing shrink down so we get back to some normalcy. Because I ain't been to the movies in about 6 months, and I'm a movie dude. I want to go see A Quiet Place 2. I can't wait to go see that.
Or that Black Widow.
Yeah, what was that Jamie Foxx movie with Michael B. Jordan?
Oh gosh,
I thought it was Ray too. He looked like Ray.
He did kind of.
What's this Jennifer Hudson movie? Why she got her own movie?
She's doing Aretha Franklin.
She don't look like no damn Aretha Franklin. I thought it was the biopic of just damn Jennifer Hudson got her own. I said, why is she singing Respect? They could have got an unknown that looked like Aretha Franklin. I know she got the voice. I saw her trick. She looks nothing like her.
They wanted to do one and done. They didn't want to try to have her sing and pay her to sing and then have somebody look like her. So
right, unknown, right.
Wow. Right. Well, tell the family how to follow you, how to contact you before we get ready to get up out of here.
My Instagram is Real QCB. My Twitter is Real QCB. And my Facebook is The Real QCB. Easy money, man. I do funny backroom clips of the day. broadcast when I'm on my radio show. I broadcast live so you can see it. I'm always doing something live or fun on the radio when I got something going on. That's how you keep up with me. So follow me on my social media, Real QCB, and keep supporting y'all, man. Urban Times.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and so glad to have you part of Urban Times and at the round table. Appreciate it so much, and we hope that you and your family stay safe, stay healthy.
Hey man, y'all too, man. And Nigel. Now see, I'm sorry, I got my Louis Vuitton garage doors. They came today. He was supposed to install them, but he procrastinated. Get out there and get them. All right. All right. Get them doors up, man.
Now, see, you need help with Nigel.
Get them batteries for my remote for my closet. I had to pick my shirt's manual. I almost threw my damn shoulder out.
Hey, if you need help now, you know, Latosha, she's a manager. So
the manager.
You call Latosha.
Before we go to break, Latosha, come on out. All right.
Y'all heard it first
Good
right
night,
here.
Q.
Y'all
Good
take
night,
it
family.
easy. Appreciate you family joining us.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Get a chance, share it again.
Absolutely.